Shall we begin?
So it begins. And now it begins. So it begins.
And so it begins.
Shall we begin?
Shall I begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
What's up, everybody? We are back on the Phantom Collective YouTube channel, and it is a different environment back here because I'm at my sister's house. House kitten, the cat, house sitting, the cats. I don't know what I was trying to say right there. They're still hiding from me, so you probably won't see any poke their heads around here. You got your cats trying to attack your camera space as well, right? No, not yet.
Oh, no, I got mine taken care of. They are all good right now.
Okay, good. Very good. Sometimes it's a little catnip, put them down or something, or give them some food distraction.
Yes, yes. Some treats, toss it that way. They go run in and then close the door and they're all fine.
That's good. Yeah, the one that I showed you a picture of, that one, Mo, he's a little, he does this, he's great at acting like he's really hungry. And, you know, just like, oh, come on, you know, give me something. And, you know, I got dropped off here, and my mom's real easy to get tricked into that stuff. She's like, oh, look at the face. Like, no, he's fat. He's fine. He's tricking you. Your grandma. You're easy. You're easy to trick. That's why.
Exactly.
He doesn't do that to his owner. Just does that to you because you fall for it.
Yeah. Some of us have suckers written right across our forehead, and they know it.
Mm-hmm.
They hone in on that, and they're like, yes, I've got you marked.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'll just look all sad. I need something. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Works every time. How's it going, everybody in the chat? Yeah, so this is funny. I don't know if you noticed this, but yeah, YouTube's had some weird problems lately with like reading super chats or viewer count, comments.
Yeah,
been kind of weird on there. So from what I heard, they'll be having it fixed sometime today. So hopefully it doesn't like, you know, ruin the stream or anything, but hopefully whatever their problems are will get fixed. That would be nice. Yeah, what's up? Atlantean, what's up, brother? Hanging out. You got zero option. What's up? Flipped out, my co-host buddy here most of the time. What's up? He's at work today. Hope y'all are doing good. It's 90 degrees where I'm at, and she's got a storm wherever she's at. So.
Yep. Sure do.
He's fat. He's fine. You're a grandma. I guess I didn't mean to say it like that, but that sounds funny. Yes. Yeah, so I am joined today with Arwyn Avalon, newer-ish person to around here. And, you know, we used to always introduce people to everywhere around, but Stone Loki and Purple Lady have been bringing you in on everything. So that's fantastic. And, yeah, I got a little bit of time off so I can stream at times that might be more acceptable to people. So, yeah, just hanging out, just doing an old hangout one here, getting to know you a bit. So, starting out, what would you like to tell people? I suppose you don't have a YouTube channel going quite yet. You got one made, but not going.
Yeah, I'm getting some really good-natured flack over that. People want flack.
They want to subscribe to you and they can't. There's no content really. They're like, well,
right.
Well, you have one. Why not?
Well, that's a really good question. I guess the nutshell of it is I kind of threw myself into this.
Right.
And things have snowballed so wonderfully. I mean, I am really enjoying it. That, to be honest, I never really expected to be guesting and to be, co-hosting with podcasts. And
this is our sphere of people. We will anybody around, we grab you and go, hey, want to talk? Want to say something? Hey, face the camera, say something.
Right. And I'm not shy. I enjoy, I'm a very social person, and I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy talking. I enjoy, so. And it just all kind of happened, and then people started subscribing to the channel, And I'm like, but I don't have anything on it yet. And they're like, who cares? We're subscribed. Get something on it.
Yes.
I'm like,
how many subscribers do you have right now?
60, I think. I'm not even really sure.
60 subs with no videos. That's
I
a
know.
great start. Holy crap. That's a great problem to have. That's a great problem to have. Wow.
So anyway, and I have to learn, I have to learn StreamYards or whatever method to stream with. I have to learn that. I don't know how to do that yet. I mean, I've got my phone camera, but I mean, my phone camera, but I don't have an actual camera. I just got a little tripod not too long ago, one of those little camera tripods.
Yeah, little desk ones. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, to be honest, I have no excuse.
Well, no,
I really
see.
don't,
No,
not at
see,
this point.
You're in such a great position to where you could be like, "Hey, I'll make a video once I hit 1,000 subs," or something.
Would that be nice?
Or you can, better yet, you can actually plan out whatever type of stuff you want to put, and when you put it out, you will get it viewed and shared out by people. So you'll have a great head start. That's what's good about this type of community to get into when you're starting a YouTube channel. You can go, okay, there's always people that are ready to watch new stuff, listen to new people.
Yeah,
just got to figure out what you want to do and say, pretty much. So, and I'd say as long as you can record audio on your phone, you can make a YouTube video essentially. That's
true. And I think I fall into a lot of the pattern that a lot of people fall into is like, why would anyone want to hear what I have to say?
Right.
I think
a lot of people think
a lot of people, they do. They're like, well, what have I got to offer? What have I got? And I got to get over that. Big time.
Yeah.
I really do. But it will happen one day. I promise. It'll happen.
That's all good. I suggest take your time, because there's no rush. A lot of people will think that it's too late now, but it's like, YouTube's been around for, a good almost 20 years now. It's getting close to that. So, right. People will have started for a long time. Can't let that be reason to not do it, because people hop on every day.
That's very true. That's very true. So it will happen.
Yeah, I like the Atlantean here. Nobody really knows how to use StreamYard. We're all just pretending. Yeah.
Oh, y'all are very good at it, because some of y'all make it look like so easy.
Yeah. Zero Option here is asking you if you are a writer.
No. I'm an artist, but I'm not a writer. I dabbled in writing as a kid, but I never really followed through with it.
Okay.
I think I'm more creative visually than with the word.
Okay, well, actually, I want to get back to that in a second. Then that'd be good to talk about. But like, as far as a channel goes, I would say, yeah, take your time figuring out what you would want to say, because you also don't want to feel pressured into it, because then you're trying to make videos to get out for people to see, and you make that like part of your schedule in a way, but then takes up a lot of time in your schedule, and then you're like, okay, here's this. Then okay, here's that. Okay, I got to stream with these people, stream with those people, and then your schedule gets filled with it. And if you're not ready to, have that in your schedule, then don't. Like, just take your time with it. Let it be what you want to talk about. If you have some angle, what I like to see is people that have a certain skill of some kind and can utilize that into their channel in some way, shape, or form. Like you said, if you're good with art, visuals, then maybe that's something you could do in some way to integrate into your channel. But that's my transition into asking, what kind of art do you do? Is it drawing, painting, something else in art?
Let's see. I do enjoy mixed medium. I do have some painting. Basically, the genre of art it's fantasy. It's pretty much pure fantasy.
Okay.
I've been reading a lot about particularly Norse mythology for the past, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 months, kind of been reading in that. And then I didn't do any art at all. I was getting established into what we kind of unofficially call the fairy fantasy world, the world of art, like the Amy Brown does, Brian Froud, that kind of stuff. And I was going pretty strong in that, getting some stuff together. And then in February of 2020, my husband died. And actually, it was before that. Yeah, he was sick for about 3 years. And when he got sick, he was sick with cancer. I pretty much stopped doing any kind of art altogether because, I was taking care of him and we were spending time together, and it wasn't a priority.
Right.
So I've just very, very recently started doing it again within the past couple of months. And so that's, and I'm still working on the fantasy genre. Just pretty much anything in that is my favorite, because, I can be creative, I can explore. I don't have to worry about it being, everything being perfect, because it's out of my own mind. It's out of my own creation. So I can do whatever I want with it. But right now I'm working primarily with colored pencils and the Prismacolor markers, the professional markers. That's probably my favorite genre. And it's the fastest, and my cats make the least mess with it.
Really?
So, yeah, whenever I use oil paints, they'll find a way to get into it, and it's like, ugh.
I can imagine as you're trying to do anything, they like to sit where you are and sit on your paper or something.
Yes. Yep, that's exactly right. So that's what I'm working on right now. Just kind of enjoying that and getting my skill back up, because like with anything, when you stop doing it for a while, it takes you some time to get back into it and feel comfortable with it again.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, I'd say to follow your passion with that, not force it in anything. So yeah, just keep on getting into it again. And if you ever, have anything, see, it would be interesting in the future is like if you have a video that you want to talk about and you can use some type of, do some type of drawing or coloring to, go hand in hand with whatever the topic is, then there's your cool art as well as cool video and unique to you and whatever way you're doing it with. And
I know my daughter's been trying to get me to do that. She's like, Mom, just sit down and point the camera at your artwork and just draw and talk. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm so chaotic with my work. I turn the paper every which way. And if I don't like a line, I'll spend 10 minutes erasing and redrawing. I'm like, who wants to see that? She's like, you'd be surprised. And I've seen some artists do that, and I'm fascinated with what they do. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I agree. I think it'd be hard to talk and draw at the same time. Personally, like I'm not a huge artist, but I'm not really a multitasker when I'm doing that. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to visualize in my head how to do something, and then I'm not really. If I'm talking, then I'm not really focusing very much. Or something. Yeah. Some people are great at, I'm just doing this and I'm talking about everything all the day and blah, blah, blah. I can look away and look right back and it's all good. And it's like, I can't do that loosely. Nope.
I don't know if I could either. Because I'll put on music and then boom, I'm just in the zone.
Right.
Just doing my artwork and I'll, like I said, I'll rework an area over and over and over and over, and then I'll go back and then I'll maybe switch to another area that's completely different. Maybe with different colors, if I get bored working on, the same color scheme or whatever. So I don't know. But yeah, she's been trying to get me to do that. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, that makes sense. I used to do, I never was an artist myself, but like I did get into drawing phases every now and then, where I try to draw something of some kind. And
yeah.
Oh man, I try to draw like alien creatures on a planet, like if they were to grow there naturally or something. Try to be scientifically accurate to create them. Try to be as creative as I can. Like, so these creatures are this way because on their evolutionary thing, this thing happened, and blah blah.
I love that. See, you're giving it a story though. That's great. That
was part of my problem though, because I'd always try to give a huge backstory and information, and then I'm spending all this particular time trying to make sense and line up and make an actual so like I would even go to how the planet formed, and then I'm like, okay, well, this is going too far back. It's just like, and where is it? How far away would it be from Earth? What galaxy is it in, or something? How far away is it from it? How far away is it from its sun? Does it have liquid water on the planet or some other substance? And then it's like, it's too much. But then I enjoy thinking about it. But like nothing's really going to come from it unless I can, unless I can make a movie someday. So it's like, I gotta just not do it in that way.
That's fantastic, though. I love that. Yeah, I don't get quite that involved because, like I said, I'm not a writer, though. I don't get quite that involved in my artwork. Usually, I'll get the art piece down and then I'll look at it and go, "All right, that's a Norse goddess with three big cats. There we go."
Right.
I think it's Freya. Yeah, it's Freya.
Yeah. Do you guys see that? Okay, then it's that. Good.
It's Freya. Yeah, I'll take it. And that's what I'm working on right now, so that's why it's fresh in my mind. But I will do some. I'll try anyway. I'll try and do research about, like, particularly if I'm not just doing something just out of my head. If I am doing like a mythological a goddess or whatever, I will try, if information is available, I will try and look that up and maybe cross-reference several different stories or retellings or whatever. So I won't have Thor with one eye when that's really Odin. You know what I mean? I do try and do that. Do some research when I'm dealing with those themes, but otherwise it's just whatever.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is an example of a creature called a squaff.
A squaff. Oh.
It's got a little body, a little head,
story, and everything, huh?
Well, yeah, its function. It's basically there's another animal that I called the squid cow at the time. Wasn't very creative on the name on that one, and its udders would be on like the end of its tail or something that would drag. So like little remnants of its juices would kind of just flow down there, and the squuffs would follow it, and you get that from there. So that's where most of them would be, and not all of them all the time, of course. But that's a function. The first creature I remember making, I was just drawing a UFO essentially, and then I like drew tentacles coming out of it, and then I drew like a mouth under it, and eyeballs on the side.
Yeah, okay, I see the mouth. Yeah. You know what I love about these? They're not humanoid. That's very cool.
Yeah, I pretty much try to not draw humanoid ones because that's a little too close to Earth, essentially. And exactly. I called it a tentacloid, thinking that was so cool of a name. It's got like all these. It's supposed to be that's supposed to be its brain on its thing, and then a huge mouth, and then it opens up into a canopy, like it could climb in the trees and jump off or something, and drift down like a parachute or something.
Oh my gosh! Okay, I see that. I love it.
Tried to do a little digital thing. I forget what the heck I called this thing. Like some worm that lays down in the dirt and lay down in the dirt, and then it has a green belly surface with little spikes and stuff. So some animal comes on it and it can curl up and has a little dagger on the end too, and can do that. And then it's just its mouths are just little tiny holes all around the belly, basically to just absorb the stuff, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. My question was going to be, is it venomous? But would it need to be?
I don't think so. I think you usually have it pretty settled there. And there's a picture of it laying down, so it'd be like, it's all disguised, and it'd be in like the middle of grass and stuff. So.
Okay, now how big would that be? What would the scale be?
I don't know. It could be either big enough to eat a squirrel or big enough to eat a dog, something like that. somewhere between that size, probably.
Okay.
Not too big, but big enough to give you a little worry. You could lose your leg.
Yeah, I was going to say it could wrap around your leg or your arm. Ugh.
Yeah, little evil thing. And this one again, not a clever name. I called it the pincer sucker.
Okay.
Of the day.
There we go.
This one latches on to tree trunks with its little nail appendages, basically, and sucks the sap out of trees. But it can also, make kills too for other creatures that crawl in there. It could kill and eat them. Essentially, this one was like a drain toad. I think is a drain toad because it opens up that little mouth. You see?
Okay.
It opens up. And it'll get its nutrients from either the rain or animals in the tree that are feasting, drops their remains and stuff. Yeah, he'll take it.
Damn, you are creative. I'll give you that.
I suppose a lot of people comment and go, "These look like Pokemon." I'm like, I'm not trying to make them look like Pokemon.
No,
trying to be alien creatures in some way.
To be fair, there could be worse things. I mean, how much money has the creator of Pokemon made? I mean, come on.
They made ice cream Pokemon balloon that steal children. Mr. Mime, Mr. Mime, weird Pokemon that one was. That's the creepiest Pokemon, right? Like,
yeah, no mimes.
Name a creepier one than Mr. Mime.
Yeah, no. Now what is
like
this
in that?
do?
And hold on. Mr. Mime hangs out with Ash's mom, keeping her company and cleaning her house, doing all the chores. Oh, what a helpful servant you are! And it's a humanoid male thing for the most part. And all he goes, Mr. Mime. It's got little hands, and it's like, I don't know. I just imagine she'd probably, if she had a dad, cheating. I don't know.
That wouldn't be in my house.
Yeah,
no.
I have no idea what I called this one, but it's supposed to be like a bird dog thing. It's like it can like produce gases that make it float, but I don't remember why I had holes in it. That doesn't make any sense. I'm looking at it. I don't know what that was for. But it has a little. It's still in the process of evolving, kind of. The skin drags on the ground a bit.
I love
his
the
tail's,
little, his tail. I like that little platypus tail.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like I don't know what it's called. Not a rudder, but like in the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. It helps you with flying or swimming or something.
Like a fluke. Hit fluke.
I think I don't know the term. That might be what it's called. Yeah.
Although I think the fluke works the other way. I think the fluke is horizontal.
Right.
And the other anyway, he's cute.
Yeah.
He's cute.
Yeah. This one, another clever name, the Trihornodon.
Okay. All right.
It has 3 horns on its tail, I guess, but not very clever on the name. This one is probably one of my weakest ones because it just has. It's pretty much might as well be a dog with a weird mouth and spikes. Essentially, it's pretty lame. This one, I like this one better. The Plant Crusher Rat. Here, I got that idea from. Remember that rat that had like the ears on it, the human ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what if you put a weapon on one of those?
There you go.
Like it has a hammer. It can smash a small insects or smash a plant, and it can eat it with its little mouth. And there you go. That's what that does.
Oh, I like that one too.
This one's another clever name, the Tricelophant. I wasn't as creative on the names on all of them as I thought I was. Some better than others. It's got little 3 arrow tails, and this one's supposed to be like the size of a cat, an average house cat size or something. So it's a little tiny thingy with a little trunk. This one's the Rock Hopper. It's supposed to look like a rock, and it can hop and just hop.
Oh, he's cute. Way more creative than Geode, I have to say. Like it a lot better.
Yeah, that'd be a funny challenge. If I was challenged to write, hey, Rook, you got to write a Star Wars story that involves a rock as a character. Like, all right, I can. It's gonna be tough, but I think I can do it. I'd get other rocks. I'd put a pink bow on another rock and have some smaller rocks, and then have the enemy smash them. And you can feel bad for him because he lost his family of rocks. And I'd already be making some more connection than I don't know what they're doing right now. So.
Yeah, infinitely so. Blah, Geode.
Yes. This little sucker. I think this was just like a bunch of them that I was trying to make that are similar but different.
Are those spikes too?
I put a lot of spikes on my animals.
You like spikes?
I didn't know what else to. I'm not such a. I'm not such an artist that I can think of like hair or something else to add features. So I'm like, here's some more spikes. Different amount, different places. I have no idea what the use of spikes on the belly would be. As I'm thinking about it, like unless he's just gonna sit on something, like I'll sit on you, like I'll lay down and stab you, like.
Now, are they all from the same world?
Yes.
Okay, well there you go. Well then
So
spikes.
so there are some some similar
evolutionary
stuff.
thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Oh, they're okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. These are cyclodons, is what I called them. These ones. So it's supposed to be a cyclops. Its eyes on the top are supposed to be like over its head a little bit, like mostly in the front.
Ask you,
kind
they
of.
had one eye.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's got one eye that is a long shape. Like if you're gonna put, like a, I don't know, thing over our eyes or something, that's its whole surface is the eye there. And then I made it like a cyclodon sprinter, like a greyhound or something, kind of similar, smaller, little sprinter of that same type. This one's like a little bigger, like a rhino size type of one.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
Yeah. And then this one's supposed to be a midget one, like a like a very tiny one. That's like just.
I like the names. If the names are simple, people will remember it more.
Mm-hmm.
And because sometimes if names get so complicated, it's like, my God, I need a phonetics thing just to say this thing. I like the names; they work.
Thank you. This one would be like it could probably fit in your hand. It's a midget one, tiny one.
Oh, cute.
Yep, a red tail one, black tail one. These ones get a little less creative. And then here's the this one's supposed to be like starting. I don't have it in order, but like I didn't know if I'm like, do they evolve into this like a weird, like a cocoon, and then they evolve into this, or if these are just different ones over time, or different current species of this one. These are supposed to be directly like dogs, pretty much.
Now, what is the top doing? Tell me the story behind it.
It's spitting out. I think I called this one Sparky or something. I don't know.
Okay.
And that's supposed to be some kind of fire or heat. It's emitting because,
Is it
I don't know.
volcanic in nature?
I don't know what the use of that is as I'm thinking about it right now. I just thought it'd be cool. But it's like, you know what? I don't know its actual practicality, why it would do that. But maybe I could
that's how it gets
come
rid
up.
of its waste.
Maybe, yeah. Well, it gets fat overnight, and it's got to blow out all this fat in heat form.
Okay. I like it. Oh,
and then there's this one, supposed to be like a lower form of that one from before.
Okay.
Different legs. It's blowing. It's got more of a volcano shape on it, a little shorter, a little slower. And there's another one or two later. Or no, here's another one. Yep, this one's showing that the legs are still fused, so it's not done evolving into those, because it had more legs, and then it has less legs here and less there in their process.
I love the colors. I really do.
Thank you. Yeah, there's one more version that we'll get to in a sec. This is supposed to be like a diving fish. It's supposed to be, it can fly, but it can also just also go down in the water, essentially.
Now, are those its eyes, or is that just?
Those are just spots. I didn't draw the eyes on there. I was thinking like a Swedish fish, but making it the colors of Sweden, I suppose.
Yeah. Okay, I see that.
And it's supposed to be like a whale underneath it, essentially. Yep. A big old tubby.
You know what you got to do, just for kicks, is take all of them and do like a big scale piece and do them all to scale to each other. That'd be kind of neat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That way you could kind of see which ones are small, which ones are really big, blah blah blah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I've drawn them in like their environment together before, like on their day to day. But I don't know if I have them on my hard drive. Yeah, right here. Can you guess what this is?
Oh my gosh. The body looks like a seal or a sea lion.
Not even close.
Something along those. No. Oops.
Nope.
Okay, why don't you tell me?
This is the rocket slug.
The wait, hang on. Am I even getting hang on. You know what? I was looking at okay, is the thing with the red the front or the back? Because I may have this thing reversed.
That's the point actually. You're not supposed to know. It's supposed to be a decoy. The red is the decoy head. That's its tail.
Okay, that's I was looking at it right then. I was just making sure I was looking at it correctly. I'm like, wow, maybe I am way off. Okay. So it's a slug?
Yes, and then here's another. This is from the bottom. Like this is where it'd be from the ground view, looking up at it. This is its underbelly, right there.
Oh, okay. So it's on its back.
It eats nutrients off the ground essentially and whatnot. And from here, it's a blurrier picture, but it like digs its little tentacles in and holds in. So if something's attacking it, kind of like a turtle or something. It's got a little shell that can block. And here's a better picture of it in action. So you can see there, it would, So
the top part, is that like camouflage? Is that?
It's supposed to kind of be in its environment. Yeah, kind of camouflage. Yeah, like it can hunker down and it's just a rock. But if it needs to attack itself, it needs to attack something. It can, I guess it would almost appear to be a fart that launches it into the air. But I don't know the specifics. The scientific term we could use for this, but it can, picture like a dog coming up to it or a lion or something, and it's like, hits its jaw, and it's like, oh, what the heck? And then it's like, I don't want to mess with you. Now I'm going away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. All right, you're gonna have to tell me about this one.
I think I called this one a wood specker.
A wood, W-O-D, wood specker?
Wood specker or something. I don't know why.
A tree? Or
it's on a tree. So at the end of its like appendages are arrow-shaped pokies, I guess, whatever for it. To every step be able to get into a tree. And its mouth is at the very end of its point of the middle there, of the point of the horn sticking out there essentially, and it can get into position and drill into a tree, and similar to the other thing, can eat the sap or nutrients out of the tree basically, but it can also be a victim of that pincer sucker from before.
Oh yeah, you could. Now here's a question: what if the pincer sucker got the, what did you call him, the wood what?
The wood specker. The wood specker.
Okay, gets the wood specker around just where the wood specker could drill his mouth into the pincer sucker. Would they kill each other? Or would the pincer sucker be like, bitch, you're mine? I'm sorry, I got more spots.
That'd be a funny scenario to play out. I don't know. I'll have to see.
If we're going there, we got to think of these kind of things.
Well, I know you're right. Like if I'm thinking about it, I don't know how the wood specker gets around if it's not on a tree. Like, does it just walk on the doop, doop, or what? Because it would be mighty screwed that way.
It would be. It would be at its most vulnerable. Off of the tree? Yeah, definitely.
Can you take a gander at what this could be? This is an animal. Chat, I'll be getting to you guys in just a minute here. I see you guys in the chat, but we're almost done. I like going through these with artists to see what they think.
Let's see. It's almost like doing one of those Rorschach tests or whatever. When you look at the ink blots, what do you see?
What is this thing?
I'm guessing. Oh God, that the ends. Do the ends burrow into something? Like one end?
Nope.
No. Okay, I'm off. Is that how it walks? When it.
So it's basically walking sticks, the little those ant things or those creatures. This is what that's inspired from, but it's a spear on two ends, and it'll like. I didn't when I made this. I don't think I thought about it too hard, but yes, it does walk like that. You know, it's
On
like
its
bloop,
points.
bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, it'll just do that. However, I don't know what it would do if it was like knocked on its side. Don't know what happened.
Question.
So,
does it walk? Does it walk like we walk with its points, or does it flip like a slinky?
It flips like a slinky.
Like a slinky. Okay.
Yeah. But like if it were to be knocked down stiff, like knocked down flat, I don't know if it'd get up. I don't know if it can get back up. It'd probably be screwed. I don't know. I didn't think about that back then.
That's a good question.
Some of these I put a lot of thought into. Others I was like, oh, here's just a thing. Okay, cool. And there we go.
Well, if the ends were really pointy and it was knocked on its side, if it would have the ability to maneuver one point up and flip itself over,
right?
Maybe.
I mean, maybe you can do a little ninja move and get back up.
Exactly.
But yeah,
that could inspire your name. You never know.
It could. Yeah. I mean, if I ever can get a budget to make something like this, even a cartoon or something, I totally will. I'll make these. This would be a fun little alien movie.
Oh my lord! Okay, is this side view, front view, aerial?
This is the front view, essentially, of it standing up.
Okay, gotcha. Are those teeth?
Yes.
So that is its mouth.
Yes, that is its mouth.
So it opens sideways.
So picture that as its whole belly, and that's its mouth.
Okay. Now, how does it open and close? Does it open like
it's like
from
side
top to bottom or side to side?
Like side to
like
side.
that, like pinchers. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you name this one?
Well, this is an eco glider. That is the flying eco glider, I think, because it wasn't the first of its kind.
We think, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it?
So,
what does it feed on?
There's other little insect things I've drawn at some point that it eats on for the most part. But if there's enough of them, they can take down a whole, like one of those sparky things, one of the cyclodons, all those. They can. The little tricellophant things, plant crusher rats, it can eat anything, pretty much. So they're basically like little people. Some of them even have tools.
Oh, okay, okay,
mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's bigger.
They're little monkeys, little monkeys that can fly. Here's a side view of it. My best attempt.
Top of the food chain, or
no.
I mean, it can use tools and stuff. I mean,
the tentacloid is like the top of the food chain one. The one with the green thing that opens up its head and stuff. The tentacles.
Gotcha. That's okay.
There. And this is a eco glider skimmer, basically, kind of like those water bugs, but it's an animal. I don't know the physics of how it'd be on the top, but it sticks its long tongue, and like a frog.
All right.
This is the original design of the eco glider. The normal one that's like a monkey,
Okay.
It's standing up on its two legs. They normally are on their four, but they stand up as well. The picture on the right is it with its mouth closed.
Oh, I don't know why. I was thinking that was a behind view, but no, I see it.
Yeah. Its arms are down, and they can, wrap their hands around little spears, little knives, and stuff.
Okay.
I have no idea what noises they'd make, but imagine something like, bah, bah. I don't know.
The monkey noises.
Yep.
Oh, and you're gonna have to explain this one to me.
This one's the bullet. This one's just the bullet fly. It rockets up and then just goes down, and whatever it lands on, if it's an animal, it kills it, and I guess it eats it somewhat. Whether it's alive or dead, I don't know. Get something out of it.
Size: regular housefly, dragonfly.
Think like a huge, like a cicada size or something, or like a big grasshopper cicada type thing.
Yeah, I can see that. Something with force behind it when it hits.
Yeah. If it doesn't kill the thing, it's gonna injure it, and it's gonna be hard to pull out of it, essentially. And it's satisfied. I don't know how the heck it gets out and moves on to find its prey or aim for its prey, but That's something I could think about later, because at the time I did not think that far ahead. I was like, it can just. I don't know. I don't know.
Blood? Who knows?
I don't know. Or it takes over the body of the host. I have no idea. Moves on.
God.
Some high tech weird bug thing that kills everything. I have no idea. This one's the easiest type of living creature I made, I think, with another clever name.
What's this one called?
This one's called the hurricane puff.
Okay. No,
it blows around in the wind. This one just eats particles in the air and stuff.
A hurricane puff. How big is this one? I imagine.
Like a dodgeball size.
Oh, bigger than. Okay, I'm thinking more microscopic. Oh, it's got size.
It's like big, like a helium or something. I don't know. It's able to float around, and wind pushes it around, and.
So we would actually be able to see these suckers floating around in the air. In other words.
Yeah. You can hold on. You can hold on to it. It doesn't do anything. Can't do anything. Dude. Just defenseless and can't attack, can't defend. Just let go and it'll float back up. Give it a little blow and it'll be like, thanks for your breath. I can eat it. Thank you.
I love it. Okay. Oh, that was cool.
This is supposed to be like a giant version of these other things. Like it's supposed to be the last form of these one things. I forget. They're just called arrowheads, I think. That's what I called them here. This one's the Aerosaur, I think. It's supposed to be giant.
So that's a big one then. That's
T-Rex size kind of thing.
Oh yeah. I was thinking like Brontosaurus or
Brontosaurus, exactly like that.
Okay.
And then it has littler versions. I think this one's the Aero Sprinter version, I think. A little smaller. And then I have like a bug type of one with it.
Oh, okay. See, now with those colors, I would think it would be venomous. Is it venomous?
I mean, I don't think I had that in its initial design, but that would make sense.
Because the black and the bright colors, nature. Of course, this is your own planet, though.
True, it's a different planet.
Whatever you wanted.
True. As far as I could tell, though, his head's like a battering ram, kind of.
Oh, that's his head. Okay.
His head's over here. Yeah. Well, it's over here, but that's his butt over here. Its butt, as far as I can tell, had no function, but we can make the butt have a function. Chat, what should its butt function be? That can be.
Drop the butt function in the chat room.
That can be determined. And then this one is like squirrel sized, I think. Yeah, so this was like squirrel sized. So
okay,
could stab a squirrel and eat it
easily.
Guess. Yep. And there's a little snake version.
This one is probably the most Earth type creature. Because you say snake and it's like, absolutely snake.
Yes.
So, and especially with the colors and the shape of the head, and I like it.
But I imagine this to be like really fast, like whoa, don't want to get chased by a sucker.
No, he'd catch up to you.
Here's another version of the rock hopper. Here's a bigger. This was a bigger design. This was on a full sheet. I was trying to draw it. And
I love it.
I don't know about its eyes. I'm like, the eyes are kind of weird. I'm cute. Pet me. I won't eat you. I swear.
Oh my gosh. He almost looks more intimidating without the eyes.
Yeah, well, and this is supposed to be like if he's on all fours, he has another set of eyes on the top of his head. And that freaked me out.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you draw something not so creepy?
That would be, look at that staring into your soul.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna get you. Yeah. Oh. So I'm like, I don't know how to draw it that way, but this is the smaller version of those other ones from before.
All right.
This one's again like squirrel sized, little anteater or something.
Yeah. I see that as getting rid of any waste or anything, just kind of releasing it all into the universe, into the air.
Yeah, or it's just it farts up there. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, just something.
Yeah, who knows? This was the squid cow that the squuff would follow.
Yeah, that one's cool. I like it. I mean, I like them all. But some of them really stand out. I'm like, oh wow, very nice.
Thanks. Yeah, his hooves or his bottom is supposed to be like suction kind of things to the ground, hold them onto the ground. It's face tentacles. Its head, its mouth is on the top of its head, so it like feeds it up to its head instead of into its mouth on below. It feeds it up on top.
Like the reverse elephant. Instead of taking, the trunk taking it underneath, it takes it up top. Now, is that hair? Is that hair?
It's supposed to be hairy. Yeah,
it's hairy. Okay.
Like a little mammoth cow. Like a hairy. Think of a hairy cow. That's
the hair.
The idea. And its udder, like its milk processed juices, whatever, would be at the on its tail, and that's why the squuffs follow it because it leaks a little bit.
It's leaky.
This one was probably my favorite out of all.
Oh, now that's cool. Very cool. What do you call this one?
The Octoquadrodon.
The Octoquadrodon. Okay.
Because it's got 8 little little sac things for its appendages.
Okay.
And quadro because it's got 4 sets of arms.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. How big is this one?
Now, I feel like this is the type of one where it takes a while to grow. So its baby stage is like, maybe the size of a typical dragonfly. And then grows a little bigger to be like the size of a bird, kind of. And then it's, big. It's like full size. I'd say as big as, what's a giant thing here? To a good comparison, I would say, I don't know, like a picture a flying python size. I don't know, like something that's long but big. It's like, oh, you don't want that around me. Nope.
Okay, I gotcha.
Big mofo. Yeah, there's the rest of it. Right there.
It has a stinger.
Yep, a little stinger, little wings, bunch of little appendages to grab you.
He's tough looking. I gotta say, I wouldn't want to see that thing flying at me.
Yeah, screw that. I drew a picture of all of them hanging out, and it grabs a baby of one of the thingies.
Oh my god!
So big, so big. It's like Those are more cyclodons. And this one's a slug, a plant slug.
Oh, I could see that. Okay, a slug.
It's a brown body. It blends in with the dirt, and then it's got its flowery distractions, and it's got spikes that can hurt you, and then it's got its mouths to absorb the blood from hurting you.
So if you go to pick one of its flowery looking bits, it can roll up and get your finger.
Well, see, I don't know if the flower bits are detachable or not, or I don't know, like if it, how some things can grow real fungus that it wouldn't. It's like, what?
Yeah, I would imagine they wouldn't be. Like you'd go to pick it, and then when you touched it, snap.
They kind of grab you in.
Fly trap, it gets you.
Yeah, I mean, I would think so too. Here's a top view of it, removing the flower bits, so you can see the amount of stuff I put there. I'm like, huh.
Oh my
God. That would suck, you're wandering in the desert or something, you see there's flowers or something or plant, maybe find some food and it's eating me. No.
And it gets you. There's another one.
Oh god, here's the front view of the flying one. Oh, here's the squilf, the above version of the squaff.
So cute.
If I made plushies of these, I would hope people would get them because they're little little pink squishy things and little yellow ones.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, squilf, just like a squaff, but with spikes.
Oh, those are spikes. Okay, I was thinking they were feathers. Again, earther.
Yes,
I'm bound by my experience. So spikes, gotcha. Okay.
The bottom view of one of those things. Another view of that. Oh, this one. God, I hate the name I made for this one. Guess what this one's called?
Oh Lord, I couldn't even. What?
Cast squati. This one was not a name that rolls off the tongue.
Cast? Like
Cass Squad Eye. Cass Squad Eye.
Cass Squad Eye. Cass Squad Eye.
I drew a castle, and then I tried to draw crap beneath it. Essentially, like the idea was to, like how I drew the tentacloid. I started by drawing a UFO and then added stuff. It's kind of what I did here, I guess.
Okay, the belly area. Are we talking belly, butt, udders? What is that? Mouth? I mean, help me out here. What is it?
It's got wide hips, and that is its mouth. It's just
mouth.
Like it's supposed to be similar species to the tentacloid, but different. It's only got 4 appendages, like 4 legs that stands on, and it feeds it to its mouth as well. It's got less eyes for seeing, but it's got just enough, and it's tentacle bits. There's little whiskers. I guess those would be whiskers.
Gotcha.
I guess those are for, I don't know. I think I actually didn't think about that at the time. I'm like, I guess he can tell if there's wind. That's all I can think of. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of those are for, to be honest.
Oh my God. Oh, hey, Stephen Thompson. Hey, brightest day. Yeah, look what we're doing.
Yep. Hey, everybody. Yep. I'll get right to the chat in just a moment. I forgot how long my list here is of these animals.
Oh my God. Geode! No, I'm kidding.
Yep, that's the rock copper. It's close. Close, yep. Well, there's my schematics. Here's another version of the plant crusher rat with it standing up. Just got a hammer on its head. God. Yep, on its back.
Dude, you are very creative. I will give you that. These are fantastic. I love the thought process behind them. I really do.
Thank you. Yeah, that's quite the trip. Quite the trip.
Ooh, I felt like I've been through a drug trip with no drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. You get it. You get it. Yeah, there's versions where I tried to draw people too, but those are.
Well, you really seriously though, you really do need to do one in scale with all of them in scale. That would be cool. That'd be very, very cool.
Yeah, I'll see if I can. It's been a long time since I drew. These were when I was in high school / getting out of high school with those from a while back. Yeah, let's go to the chat, see what they think about all this. Thanks for hanging in there, guys. What's up, Daytona Falls? Saying what up, guys? Hanging out. Your option. Again, here. It's going back a bit. Still better than my first kids crayon abomination. I see it like I draw like a skilled 5th grader, like somewhere around there.
Oh man.
What's up, Clown World? What's up, buddy? Good seeing you as well. So he can deflate. Yeah, that was one of the creatures from before, of course, naturally. Stabilizer. Oh, that's with the rudder one. That's what that one was for.
Oh, okay.
The hammer back. Yep. The plant crusher rat. That sounds cooler than hammer, I suppose. No, it's a crusher, not a hammer. Zero option. I gotta duck out, guys. It's my kids' bath time. See you later. Thanks for coming by. Zero option. Hope you enjoyed the drawings there. Daytona. That Hopper is still the champion of the game. Step on a crack, break your mama's back game. Yes. Break your mama's back with your back, essentially.
For sure.
No, man. Yeah. Flip's hanging out there, modding. Thanks, brother. Yep. It's only Thursday, Flip. Yeah, that's true. What do you say? Eriptitune? What?
A Repticon?
A Repticon? That's not a bad idea for a name. Better than Sparky, that's for sure. What's up, FANZCENE? What's up, brother? So that's what she said. That could apply to a lot of what we said today, to be honest. Yeah, one of these days, that means that you'll have to show some of your drawings on a stream.
I will. I mean, I've got some of them on my Twitter, some an old piece and then a couple of sketches and that new one I'm working on. But yeah, my goal is to get a decent portfolio together, and then then we'll see what we do with it. But
okay, makes sense. Well, real quick then.
God.
Oh, the chat come up some zingers.
Yeah. Great.
Yep. Let's see here. Okay, we'll catch up with the chat and then we'll move on here. That's how you make a pincher packer. Good one, Flip. That dookie thing looks invasive. The chat always says zingers here. Daytona. Dookie Slinky. Yes. Hey, is he implying it's made of poo? It's supposed to be a spear.
Well, he is brown. It was brown.
Someone, I'll have to make it where a creature shat out that creature to make it gave it life. Yep. The POV looks like it's falling onto the audience. Oh well, yes, that's one of those. For real, Flip's like, I'm dying here. Yeah, Flip's heard these like a couple times already, so it's funny. I still find some enjoyment. Last time I think I showed people this was on one of my birthdays where I was drunk. I was showing everybody, and they're like, everything looks like a phallic symbol. I'm like, I don't know, okay? It's animals.
Just the way I drew.
Yeah, I can't help it. Thanks, brother. Yeah, so let's see. Looks like a dive bomber. Yeah, I think that was the bullet one. Like a living dart bug. Yeah, pretty much like a dart. Exactly. Imagine if you had a fly in the house and then it like dive bombed and stabbed, like pierced in your skin, and you're like, you can't just pull it out. It's like you'd be like, what is this? You know?
That'd be
your arm starts getting white around, sucking the blood out of it or something. Like, imagine, that would suck.
It would.
Angus is in the chat. What's up, buddy? He's like, suck. Yeah, from whichever we said. It's all good. I love the new SCPs. SCPs or SGP. What? I don't know what that's referring to, but that's all right. Stephen Thompson. Hey, sassy Southern.
Hey, Stephen.
Hey, sassy Southern. Can you make a Southern accent there, Avalon? Can you talk? You done from down the south over there? Got some hair in your mouth?
I used to have a much heavier Southern accent until I started traveling, and then I lost a lot of it. But you ought to hear me around my family and with family gatherings. It comes and goes, but it gets pretty thick.
You gotta learn when to pull that out at any given time. You never know when you're gonna walk into a place that's got more Southern folk than you ever know over there, for sure.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm. I ain't never been Southern one day in my life, but you learn.
When around here, they don't really, hear it because they have thicker ones than I do. Brightest day.
What's up, brightest day?
But when I go out to another state, like especially or something about California, when I go out to California, they all know exactly where I'm from. It is weird, but I haven't been there in a while, so.
They ever say, we don't take kindly to folk don't speak no Southern around here.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yep.
Exactly.
We gonna wash down our toothbrush with whiskey. That's what we do over here.
moonshine boy, moonshine.
Yeah, we don't know what we doing every day. Moonshine in the daytime and then night shine in the nighttime. I don't know.
Well, I don't like grits or sweet tea, so I've been excommunicated from several counties around Georgia because of that. So. Oh
no.
They're like, you're not Southern girl. You don't like grits or sweet tea. Get out of here.
You don't like sweet tea. You can get out.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't.
Like Angus says, this is like Rick and North crossing the mist. What?
I agree.
What's that?
Like we're Rick and Morty, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
Oh no, I could be wrong.
That.
I could be wrong, but that's what I thought.
No, he's probably referencing Rick and Morty. Yeah, he watches that. For show. Whoever said that micro dosing your kids with what?
Psilocybin. It's wrong.
I have no idea.
Y'all are killing me, I swear.
The creatures, they make up a backstory about them. Okay. Okay, that's cool. I didn't know about that. That's an interesting idea for a topic. I might just do that one of these days and just go, here's my creature. Look at what it does. It does these things. Don't know why, but it does them. There we go. He says, my mom's side of the family is from South Kakalaki.
Kakalaki?
Kakalaki. Kakalaki. I'm so sorry, Clownworld. I have no idea what that is. It says, yeah, sup, Clowny? To the clown over here. Oh, yeah. Arwyn, I guess, is there any... A lot of people like to talk culture around here. Steven's heading out.
Bye, Steven.
Gotta go grocery shopping. Don't forget anything now. That list twice.
Get everything you need.
Yep. Yes, I guess a typical question you probably get asked quite often, but are there any movies that you're watching right now? Any that you're interested in or saw and don't like or anything?
Well, the most recent one I watched was Suicide Squad.
Oh, yeah? What'd you think?
Meh. It was one of those movies that could have been so good. I mean, it could have really been good, but it was like it couldn't decide, did it want to be a comedy? Did it want to be action? Did it want to be drama? And even though there are films that are like that successfully combine all those elements, this one fell short with that. Like, I found the comedic elements annoying me, not making me laugh.
Yeah, I pretty much felt like that. I kind of felt like that whenever Harley Quinn was on screen, personally.
It was
came off very unfunny.
Like, one of my favorite scenes was when Peacemaker and oh my god, I can't.
And Rick Flag are having their one-on-one.
No, when they're going through, I can't believe I can't remember the
Rat Catcher.
No, oh my god, the main dude.
Oh, Bloodsport. He's a hard one. He's a hard one to remember because you think Deadshot, you think Bloodshot, you think
right.
All these names are so similar.
And I don't want to give you spoilers, but when they're going through the camp to get Flag to rescue him, and they're taking people out left and right, and then every now and then they'll banter, who can do it better. I loved that scene. That worked. Yeah. That comedy in that scene worked because it wasn't like, oh, yuck, yuck, yuck. Okay, we get it. Y'all are trying to be comedic.
Right.
I loved that scene. But just some of the stuff at the beginning. And then in the beginning, I'm like, you've got all these, and I get it. They were showing the two teams. Okay. Mm-hmm. But the characters I was more interested in were the ones that got killed in the first 5 minutes.
I actually like how they did that, because if you never saw the first Suicide Squad, which they're probably hoping a lot of people haven't, or they have and are going, okay, we're not going to do the same thing as before. We're not going to give you this huge explanation about everybody. They show what happens. That's what the Suicide Squad does. They go in and get killed a lot.
You're right. And I was like, what? Wait, I wanted to see what they did. But unfortunately, the characters, not all the characters in the second team, seemed as interesting to me as the first one would have been. So but that was a personal thing.
Yeah.
But it wasn't bad. I mean, I'd give it maybe a 5 to 6 out of a 10.
Yeah. See, that I actually give it a 5 out of 10 as well, mostly because I think it has a lot of bad stuff, but it also has a lot of good stuff, but it's mixed in. Like, it's a lot of good stuff mixed with a lot of bad stuff. Like the scene that you said that was funny with them going around killing people in the camp. I think it's funny, but I think it doesn't make any sense, because like the way they're showing it is people are off camera, and as they move the camera, people walk into it, and it's like, yeah, but they would have seen them. They would have definitely seen them. Like,
that's a good point. The action was there, and that's what I liked. And I liked I liked when Harley Quinn took out her lover. I liked that because that was unexpected, and I thought that was true. That was some crazy ass thing that she did, and I'm like, okay, let's get it on. Let's get true to her character. And then when she went through and she just unleashed all of her batshit on all those guys, I loved that, and I loved the choreography of that scene. It flowed. It made sense. I was like, okay. But there was a lot of it that just it didn't quite get where I thought they were going, and that was disappointing.
See, to me, specifically the Harley scene, I didn't like that.
You didn't
For the
like
most.
you didn't, no?
Well, I mean, starting with like when she's in the hole to up it. Like I like the part when she shot the guy. Sure.
Yeah, I
like
loved that.
But
That was
like
my favorite.
leading up to all that, I don't know why they showed us any of that.
Oh no, I agree with you.
I
on
thought
that.
it was I thought she was dreaming and it wasn't real or something. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, why
No,
are we doing
the
this?
scene
It's
that
kinda
I
weird.
mean was when she got out of her chains and was leaving, and they were
Well,
coming in to rescue her.
Yeah, no, I liked how she killed that one guard where she like, is getting zapped, and we've seen before she's
Oh,
gotten
hell
zapped before,
yes.
has high pain tolerance.
Yes.
I can live with that part. And then she was a gymnast before or something in some way, shape, or form, and could do that head choke thing. That was cool. Yeah, I can believe that she's got a high enough pain tolerance to be able to lift the guy. I guess. I mean, imagining, man, her wrists must be like, because her weight and then his weight,
Yeah, that's
being
that's
held up
true.
by the wrists. But small thing. But her taking on the guys. Okay. Angus and I in the chat here, we kind of are on opposite sides on this. I don't believe that she could take on that many people at once like that. Just because like she's supposed to be a gymnast, then a psychiatrist, and then she's a crazy person. I don't see how she can take them down the way she did.
I see what you're saying. I mean,
Like-
yeah.
Like I could believe
It was
Black
a
Widow
great
or
scene,
something,
yeah,
but
when you start analyzing it that way, I mean, I see what you're saying.
Well, it's
Visually,
because-
I thought it was splendid, but yeah, I see.
because
what
to
you're
me
saying.
it's like, well, like because it's a world of superheroes and villains and stuff, like I kind of thought she was one that didn't have any powers or skill set like that. And if she's gonna take anybody out, it'd be through some type of trickery and manipulation, kind of like the Joker. They're not going to take you out through their brute force and skill. They're going to take you out through their manipulation, trickery, maneuvering of a scene, letting you into false senses of something. But she took them out like she was Black Widow or something, and it's like, well,
I mean,
she's
you
not,
have
though.
a point. You have
And
a point.
so to me, I didn't like that. I was just like, man, I don't know. It doesn't fit her at all. And I mean, I was asked before, like, would I believe if John Wick could do that? And it's like, yes, because he's a trained. That's what his job is to do that stuff.
Mhm.
She is a crazy person. I don't know where the skill factor comes in.
Yeah.
And if she had,
go ahead.
if she like Angus has said that, like when she and Joker got dumped in the ooze stuff to make them all white or whatever in the first one, that kind of gives them some type of ability. I could believe that gives them like some type of high pain tolerance, and if they had super strength or something, it's like some type of superpower, then it would be more sloppy is all. Like she would like disarm people and do all this stuff, and it's like I don't see her being able to do that. I could see her if she's got some type of strength, somebody hits her and then she hits them, if she can take a hit or something, like use like trick people, like, oh, she's a skinny woman, and then she's able to do something. But no, she just was totally on top of the whole thing, and for me that just takes me out of it a bit. But again, I still have it as a 5 out of 10 with it. Anything with Harley I didn't like. I guess like she was so unfunny. I only liked the part where she got the guy in the headlock, and that was pretty much it. That's the only one that I like. Anything else with her, I'm like, oh my god, she's on screen. Get away! No, go back to the other people. Like my favorite scene, or one of my favorites, I guess, was with Peacemaker and Bloodsport when they're fighting over the drive, because it's like showing the two characters. We don't know that much about Flag, even though he's been in 2 of the films. Honestly, but right here is where his character is there, and he and Peacemaker are very similar, but their values are a little different, to where he's like, I'll kill any man, woman, or child to make sure that America is safe, essentially. And the other guy's like, well, it's not worth that. I'm okay with America going down to protect those women and children that you're willing to kill, essentially. So two of those ideals conflicting there.
Two sides of the same coin, but yeah, I agree. Oh, and I knew somebody in that film.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I watched it and I'm like, okay, why does this woman look so familiar? And every time she came on screen, I'm like, I know her. And then at the end, when I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, I knew her in college. It was Polka Dot's mom, Lynn Ash.
Really?
Yeah, we did a play together at a Chota in the early 90s. I was like,
you knew a
God,
star of the
Lynn.
film. That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought, oh God. It's been 20 years since I've seen her or talked to her.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, Lynn, good for you. Go, girl. Good for you. So that was kind of neat. That took it up a notch for me. I'm like, well, Lynn's in it.
That's good. Well, I'd give her some credit on little bits, because like when you look at Polka Dot Man's first view of them, like through seeing him as all his mom, the mom has to kind of, she could have just stood there and looked at all of them, but she is kind of trying to give off the persona of the characters as best she can.
I know.
And
I
like
loved
King Shark, she as King Shark is like looking around at a fly and looking back, and I'm gonna focus on this thing.
I love that. That was my favorite mom scene, is when her head is on all, is on all of. I thought, oh, that's clever. See, so there were some really neat parts of this movie that I did enjoy, but again, it was like some of it,
Yeah, the amount of rats that attacked the starfish at the end, like I could buy the starfish. The amount of rats, I'm like, okay, I can believe there being a lot, but that many in one little city, and that come that quickly, like
every rat on Earth was called to, and I felt bad for starfish. I'm sorry, I was kind of rooting for him.
Yeah, that's why I like it in a way, because it's like, it is sad. It's like, oh man, it was just floating around. It got captured for years and taken, and it's just wants to be left alone, and everybody's screwing around with it. And it's like, it seemed like it didn't even care about the planet. It just wants to have the city to itself. Like, just leave me alone. Yeah. I'll kill all your people, but then after that, it's done.
And see, I don't know. Was that intentional? Did they mean for people to feel
that's what's tough about it. That's why I give it a 5 out of 10, because like there's just so much crap, but then there's so much good stuff. That's like, I feel like the good parts are worth watching the crap parts to get to. But it's a better DCE film than most of them, I'd say. Just my opinion. I don't know. I didn't like Man of Steel. I didn't like BVS. Didn't like the Snyder Cut. Didn't like the Joss Cut and everything. And with the two Justice League ones, I mean, a lot of people want to say that it's the Joss Whedon version and the Snyder version, but there's a lot of other voices that help shape the movie, regardless of their thing. They don't even have full control over it, really. So it's a little different. It's these different version of a studio's cut, essentially, with a director that's there.
I have to admit, under today's particular political climate, it did annoy me to no end that America was the bad guy in this particular instance. I'm like, oh, of course we are. Of course we are.
Yeah, like of course we want to hide. We want to hide the secrets and not kill them. Yeah, that was an underlying thing at the end. I mean, thankfully it was technically small, but it's still like, really? And I kind of feel like you
have to go there, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, why would she care if they were to fight it or not? I don't know. It seemed kind of weird with it.
So that irritated me, but and I would probably watch it again. Like if it's Saturday afternoon and I have nothing else to watch and everything else I've watched a billion times that I like, I might. And surprisingly, the gore did not bother me. I know people were surprised that it was so blatantly gory.
Yeah.
And I don't like gore. Like horror movies with gore, forget about it. No, thank you. I like ghosty movies, not, like I've never seen Saw, and I won't ever see Saw. My late husband tried it and he watched it and he said they were pretty good. Not for me. Yeah. But gore in like superhero-y kind of movies and action-y movies, for some reason, I don't know, it didn't bother me. But to be fair, I went into it knowing about that there was gore in it, so that may be part of it. I was prepared for it.
True. I mean, I guess my thing is I hate it when they overuse it on purpose because they can use it. I'd rather because a lot of people hate the prospect of like Deadpool or something being PG-13, and same with Wolverine and stuff. But it's like, does the lack of blood take you out that much? Because I mean, sometimes it can. Sometimes it can take you out where you're like, okay, it's got to at least be some splashback of some kind, like a little bit, some on the knives. There should be some blood, something. I would think there should be something sometimes, but I don't know. If you do it right, you don't need so much gore. Essentially,
I agree,
because sometimes you can do too much to where it's just like, okay, you're just you're just, oh my god, look at all the gore here, great, and it's like, didn't really need it here.
That's overly gratuitous gets old really quick. So I get that.
Yeah, like
and one more thing. Nathan Fillion. I love Firefly. I love Nathan Fillion. I think he is an amazing actor. He was wasted in this movie.
What part did he play?
Wasted.
Was he the arm guy?
Yes, he was the arm guy. I'm like, come on, are you kidding? And I kept expecting him to come back. I'm like, it's Nathan Fillion. They're going to bring him back. He's going to end up. They're going to find his arms and they're going to reattach him, and they're going to take him and bring him in halfway through the movie to join the rest of them. Nope, he was dead. He was gone.
Yep.
And well, I kept waiting for half the movie. I kept waiting, and he never came back.
Yeah, I thought it was funny how they showed the Suicide Squad, the first team, because it's like, okay, you got Boomerang Man, you've got you got Arm Fall Off Boy, basically. Yeah. You've got Orange Chick that has a little bit more than normal strength, I guess.
Yeah.
You've got Weasel.
Weasel. And you got Merle from The Walking Dead.
You've got like nobody here that can handle military. I don't know why anybody of them are here at all. Like, you got Harley Quinn. So and that was funny. They're all getting killed. I'm like, none of them should be here anyway. This is all a useless team.
I didn't really give two turds about from the original team is the one, and I don't know names. The one that betrayed them, who got his face blown off.
He was introduced in this one.
Okay, yeah, I didn't care about him. And then the one that Harley Quinn was chummy with, not the big Arnold guy with the spear, but the other one, the dark
the Boomerang. Guy. That's played by Jai Courtney. He was in the first one, and I felt no connection. I was like, okay, bye. Yeah, the only thing that was funny that he did in the last one was when Rick Flag broke their things, that the remote to do their neck collars. He just grabbed drinks and ran off. He's like, all right, you can all leave. He's like, okay. And it's like, that was funny. But that was the only part that was funny. Other than that,
I was like, all right. Well.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's fine. See, I'm glad they did. Because I'm like, we don't have to. Okay, sweet, nice. We don't have to stick around this crew at the moment. See, I can see how they could be intriguing, but I'm glad that they showed what the Suicide Squad is for. The suicide mission.
And they did. You're right. I mean, when you put it that way, I'm like, well, then it makes sense that the first team is taken out, because that's their job. Their job is to go in there and fight and be successful or die.
Yeah, and
there is no two ways about it.
And if you notice, neither of them knew there was a second team.
Yes.
They did not know. When they hear the explosion, it's like, what is that? They're like, oh, that's a distraction, so you guys can go in fine. And it's like, no, it's just all the first team dying over there, essentially.
Well, let me ask you something.
Sure.
Since you make films and you are more into that cinematic aspect of it, do you think that they were actually trying to do a Guardians of the Galaxy type movie, or do you think they had their own vision and it just didn't quite work the way they intended?
See, I don't know. The Guardians of the Galaxy type, I feel like that kind of thing has been done even before the Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe not to that same team aspect. So I didn't really feel like they were copying anything particular with it. Because we weren't following a particular character. We weren't following them in their main environment. I guess we weren't at the prison for too long. They, their whole thing is to be criminals that are also a team sent out to do stuff for the government. So, and I didn't feel like that.
Like DC's answer to that, because that's open to discussion. I mean, people are talking about that. It's possible.
Well, like King Shark, I assume could be similar to Groot, but I don't know. If I were to characterize Groot in the Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't remember much about him in it, other than he's there.
Groot. I love Groot.
I know, but it's like just based on the first Guardians of the Galaxy, what can you tell me about him?
Oh, I see what you mean. Other than that, he's big and kind of sweet, but he can get terrifying.
Yeah,
I see what you mean.
He's
Rocky's best friend.
That's the majority I would say that he was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy. He's big, he can be cute, and he can be terrifying. Yeah, that's pretty much what he is. The king shark, you know, I mean, they show a little more like, yeah, he's got no friends, but it's not only that he has no friends, it's very difficult for him to make friends with anybody. He's not in space where these things are normal, like a giant tree. You know, he's
people.
Like, you know, because Groot can go around like it's nothing. Like they might look a little weird, but it's space. Who cares? He's on Earth. The king shark's on Earth, and you know, like when they show everybody else, you know, it's like, oh, mustache. You know, I could go in and I can hang out. And it's like, no, you can't. No, they show him in the van just chilling. It's like, that's kind of sad. It's like, oh man, that kind of sucks. He can't hang out. He can't hang out. He just wants to hang out. He's got the shark is basically like this child mindset on this big body. Like he's got the mind of a kid, and
he sticks out like a sore thumb. There's nothing subtle about him at all.
Yeah, and so like, you know, I know that he eats people and stuff, so that seems very gruesome. But I mean, picture it like a kid eating a snack, like, you know, juice box and stuff. Yeah. Like to him, it's just his food. It's what he does. Yeah. But he's not trying to be menacing or scary. When he was getting shot at by the military when he fell off the building, you know, he's all curling up. Like it seemed kind of like he's like, okay, I can take these hits and live, but this is kind of frightening a bit. You know, a little bit. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd say they do it differently. And the fact that, you know, the Peacemaker and Bloodsport's characters, they're dynamic, very different than Guardians of the Galaxy. Nothing like that was in Guardians. No, like, I feel like there's so many differences. I don't see what all the similarities are, unless you want to point out the similarities. I don't know. I'm struggling to find the similarities myself.
I think it was for me because, again, when I went into watching, and I have not seen the first one. So
the first Suicide Squad, good.
Yeah,
good.
I've seen bits and pieces, but I've never seen it all the way through.
Don't see it. You're good.
So I went into this one with, you know, really fresh eyes because I didn't know really anything about in the comics. I knew a little bit about Harley Quinn, but that's pretty much it. So again, and Guardians of the Galaxies, those two movies are two of my favorites. I love those movies. I mean, at any time you can find those on loop. I enjoy them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was okay because you do have a non-human type creature. And then you have the Weasel. He wasn't with him.
Yeah, I don't count the Weasel because he's not really in the movie.
Just freaked me out. I love at the end though when he survived. I'm like, okay. But again, you have those real, like when they were first in the van, that scene with the comedy, that was one of the ones that irritated me because I felt like, this could be so much better. Their banter back and forth could be just zinging, and it didn't. It just kind of fell flat. Mm-hmm. And again, you have those comedic elements in Guardians, which work. At least I thought they worked, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't think they were trying to make DC's answer to it. If they were, they failed. I thought, but I think you're right. I think because it had been done before, that they were just trying to do a movie that incorporated a lot of different elements to make it interesting and exciting and different. But
yeah, and I mean they're trying to fight a giant kaiju creature alien thing. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. What was the first Guardians one? The whole fleet of Ronin ship with the Infinity Stone with the larger narrative, in play in the background. Like, I don't know. This one was just isolated in a way to what it was.
And again with the soundtrack, you know, I've seen people compare the two. The style of songs and the type, but you know, I mean, I would different enough to be its own, I guess.
I guess I would say that the Suicide Squad and the other Suicide Squad, they fail with incorporating the music to make sense with what they're showing because Guardians did it well by most of the songs they played were practically in universe, like they at one point they are and they're attached to Peter Quill and where he's from and what he values is those songs. He really values that stuff. They show many times he loves his pop culture references. He really values that stuff. That's something that's the main thing from Earth that he can remember and hang on to in his head as a kid brain to an adult. Those are what he knows and loves. So when those songs come into play, and when the other crew hears a song and it plays later or something along the lines, it makes sense why it plays, and it also could be playing in the universe. So
that's what I took, that it was music that was actually playing in the universe at the time.
Yeah,
for the most part. And I thought that was cleverly done. It was like, it wasn't so in your face. Oh yes, we are playing it here, but it was enough to where you could go, oh yeah, okay, I get that. They're actually listening to it.
Exactly. And so Suicide Squad doesn't really do that well. If they just play a song that's familiar that people know, and that's about it. Now,
was this supposed to be a sequel to the first one or a redo?
Yes, it was supposed to be. The first one was Suicide Squad, and then the sequel was The Suicide Squad. Not a great. People suck at naming things these days.
That. See, I didn't get that at all, and maybe because since I hadn't seen the first one, if I had seen it, maybe I would have been like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it's a sequel." But naming it The Suicide Squad did nothing for me as a viewer. I thought, maybe this is a remake. I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for thinking that.
Yeah.
Either. Anyway. Yeah, that's okay. But yeah, so there's, I don't know, to me, there's enough differences to it. And Black Angus and I, we actually kind of go back and forth on this sometimes on what's taking elements from something else or trying to copy or something from something else, and how much of it is their own, essentially. What's their own creativity, like Spider-Man. We're going to have a conversation about this one of these days when we watch some of the newer ones, because we watched some of the older ones recently. And, we disagree on which ones copy elements from each other, or if they're doing it themselves that has the Spider-Man aesthetic that is just common with the character anyway. And whatnot.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I could see, because some movies do try to copy or mimic elements of other stuff. Yeah. That is obvious, like with The Matrix. Like, a lot of movies tried to really get that. They were really kind of riffing off of that style, cool jackets and sunglasses and whatever, and weird, we're going to break you out of your world, kid, type of a thing. They did that quite often. What's up, Angelus? What's up, brother?
Yeah, if something does well, it becomes a trope for other studios to, and not just studios. I mean, I think books, any type of creative media.
If you get a good drink out there, like a Coke, they'll try to make Shasta and call it something. Try to say it's pretty good, pretty close to Coke. Exactly.
I don't fault them too much for that. And a lot of times too, and people don't realize this, is especially when you see movies that come out almost on top of each other, if they do have a particular thing in common, it takes movies years to produce. And I think a lot of this stuff with these different studios was happening simultaneously. And I'm sure they talk, and I'm sure some will probably share. They shouldn't, but I'm sure they do. So then I agree. You end up having all these things at once.
Batman v Superman and Civil War came out around the same time.
Yeah.
Similar-ish movies. The heroes against each other in that.
Exactly. And I've always been more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan, so I don't know a lot about the DC universe. And again, I only know certain references from the comic books for Marvel. I'm more of a visual than a comic reader, even though I love the comics.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of them, and I didn't really collect them. I would sneak in and read my brothers, when they were off at school and I was a little girl. I would do that, and that was pretty much my history. But yeah, I don't know a lot about the DC universe. So whenever I watch a movie, that's all I know. That's my point of reference.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm speak on the comics part, I mean, I never was into the comics growing up, and looking at hearing what they have had in the comics, they've done everything in a way, like everything weird that could possibly happen. Like, Spider-Man did something weird with the Hulk's cousin, and now she's got powers or something. It's like, well, okay, it happened. There you go. That's where they did that. They did that in the comics. It's like, well, all right, yeah, whatever. Right. They did a weird thing in the comics where there's a missile or something coming down, and heroes are trying to stop it, and Spider-Man's making a web so that it can slingshot back up, and then in the middle of it, he goes, "This is stupid," and breaks the mental trick that's going on or something. And it's like, All right, yeah, there you go. That decent idea. Okay, it's done in the comics now. Like,
that's another thing that confuses me. Some of the changes that they make, they have such a wealth and a trove of information from the comics. Why do they make some of the dumb changes that they make for the movies?
well, I mean,
I don't understand that. It's not like they don't have stuff to work from.
It's really tricky if you're going to adapt a comic book or a book, I think, because you want it to be different enough that it's, yours as well, that you're appeasing the audience, but also making something your own. You're not just copying it. Because if you're just copying it, to me, that's kind of lazy to just copy it into visual form. Like, oh, it's from this form to now it's on screen form, just exactly as it was. Like, and I don't know. I feel like that process. I feel like that process would still be difficult to do because a lot of what people take are, words on the page that go into your imagination, essentially. So people could still be quite unhappy with it.
Riddle me this, and I think I know the answer. Again, our political climate, but I think it Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, was that the one with the lizard dude, with the lizard guy?
No.
Was that Homecoming, or was that?
That was the Amazing Spider-Man. That was the one with Andrew Garfield. And
no. Yeah, no, I am talking Homecoming. That was the one with Gwen Stacy. Okay, the one with Mary Jane. All right, the new one, or the Homecoming with Mary Jane. What the hell was up with Mary Jane? Mary Jane.
I don't know if they.
Not in J.
I don't know if they ever said her name was Mary Jane.
Was she not supposed to be Mary Jane at all?
It's
been so long since I've seen it. She didn't look like her, didn't act like her. She was some political activist. Bleh. I mean,
in the chat, was she just called MJ in the film? Or I have not seen Far From Home, so I don't know if they clarify she is Mary Jane or not. She's a different character.
It was the first one. It was the first movie with, and I do not remember his name.
He said her first name is Michelle.
Michelle? I don't know. I think I'm thinking of the same movie, but I don't understand why they did that. I'm like, Peter Parker, Mary Jane.
So if you're to I would comment that I don't like the majority of the cast in Homecoming, except for him and the voice of his AI and oh my god, the Vulture. Oh my god, who plays his name? Oh my god,
I don't even remember.
Yes, I know his name. I'm just forgetting him right now. He plays Beetlejuice. He plays everything. He plays
Michael Keaton.
Yes, Keaton. I'm like, how do I forget his name?
I'm like, Tim Burton, Michael Keaton. Okay.
Yeah, like, how do I forget his name? Like, he played, him, Spider-Man, and the AI, I think, were probably my favorite characters in Homecoming. The rest,
yeah, I thought he was a good Spider-Man. I thought he was better than the Amazing Spider-Man. I can't see because there's several different Spider-Mans. You've got your quippy Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then you've got, in the Amazing Spider-Man, he was just snarky to me and annoying, and just the way he spoke to everyone, I wanted to smack him. And I'm like, you can't do that. You have to like your lead. You have to.
He didn't seem like a smart nerd or anything. He just seemed like a normal bro. Like, he just seemed like a bro.
Yes. Yes, he did. A snarky bro. I'm like, that's not Spider-Man. And I don't know. Maybe because we have histories with these, we get picky. But
it's interesting. It's interesting because I don't know what I would define as Spider-Man myself. I've heard a lot of people give what they think about Spider-Man. A lot of people hate the MCU Spider-Man because they call him Iron Boy, basically. But I don't know. I feel like they do it well enough. I mean, just I understand they don't have Uncle Ben and they don't do the same exact things that has been done with a lot of other iterations. But I feel like just because, if you were to stick a Spider-Man in this universe as it is, in the live action MCU as it is, I think they did okay with what they have. I know that Iron Man made him a suit and everything, but there was a lot of issues that still came with that. It wasn't as simple. And at the end of the day, he chose to just do his own, not take his suit and not use its abilities, essentially. And there's still, I still feel like there's aspects for him to overcome regardless. I think a lot of people don't like that he has a potential money area to grab from with Stark that he could be not poor, but I don't know. He didn't seem to give his money out to everybody.
Now, are they doing any more Spider-Man movies? Is MCU planning?
I think they're doing one more. I think they're doing one more, like No Way Home or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I've not seen Far From Home, so I don't know what they do with him in there.
yeah, no, I haven't seen that one either. The last
Yeah.
MCU movie I think I saw was it Endgame? Yeah, I didn't see Black Widow. And I can't think of any others out there that I've seen after that either. I think that's it. I think that's the last one I saw. But anyway,
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's okay. The last MCU film I saw was Endgame, I think.
Yeah. I had no interest in seeing Black Widow. I'm like, if they had done this 10 years ago, I would have been there. But I just, knowing the fate of her, and it's not even that the characters, when they're deceased, that I don't have an interest in them. I do, because I do like backstories. But for some reason, this one didn't interest me. And I don't really know why. It just,
I know why. I think they would do better if they didn't have so much action in it, to be honest. Because with Black Widow especially, she is an action spy hero, essentially. And they just cram it with scenes of fights and action and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we know she, like, you can have some of them in there and not, the threat of her life doesn't have to be the main focus of a fight scene. But if that's the majority, if that's half your movie, like, I don't know, like the character stuff has to be good. And from what I could hear, it wasn't all that good. It's like, you have to have some other way to connect to this. And if you watch, do you watch Mahler at all, or EFAP, any of that?
No.
The YouTube channels, because Mahler just released a video today. He does very long videos, and in a good way.
I'll definitely check them out.
Yes, today he just released a video talking about breaking down Black Widow, essentially, and he does a great comparison. He does a great comparison about her interrogation scene in the first Avengers movie, where she's tied up and talking to the guys, and like the way that she is during the whole thing, and by what she is by the end of it, and then compares it to, like, in Black Widow, and then also compares when she's talking to Loki, and then how she's doing it in here. And it's like when she's doing it there, you can tell, like, these are two people at the top of their elements. He loves to, make people feel awful. He loves to, dig in deep, even if it doesn't matter who they are. If he can make them feel horrible, yes, pleasure. And for her, she is very deceptive, and she's a spy, and he knows she's a spy, and he's basically compromised her with Barton and everything. And for that, you're seeing them play each other. And how they each have the way that he puts it, the way that Mahler puts it, is that they each win and they both lose. Like, they both have powerful moments in there where they're dominating, and other ones where they get wrecked, essentially. And by the end, they each kind of get what they wanted out of it. And but she comes out on top in a way that, like, got him to say, you brought the monster. She's like, oh, that's a weird dimension right now. That's what you're doing. Okay. He's like, I wasn't paying. What? Huh? Like,
he gets that momentary sense of satisfaction thinking he has one over on her, but she gets the information they all need, and he's like, what?
Well, it's like because now if she could, like, sedate Banner, for example, then his escape doesn't quite go as he planned. So that changes the dynamic a lot if they can get Banner under control, essentially. So that's an interesting moment right there. And then you compare it to Black Widow, and she's like, just going, you're pathetic, to, like, the main guy who created the spy organization, who should be, like, on top of any interrogation type of thingy she could possibly do. Like, she's just going, you're a dumb loser. It's like, oh, how gracious of you. Wow, you really improved. Hey.
Yeah, I've not heard great things. And again, I've seen clips here and there, and I'm like, I don't know about this. It's not interesting me.
Yeah, I'm not going to see it. Angela says the story was just not good. If they took out Taskmaster and actually used Iron Maiden, it would have been fine. I mean, I suppose a lot of people had issues with the way they did Taskmaster their character as well. The character is supposed to be like a mimicker of abilities, essentially. So if you're a super spy and do moves, he can like copy you, essentially. So whatever skill you're good at in terms of martial arts, they can know instantly, and kind of get you over. So it's kind of dangerous, but I don't know.
Oh, and the big shocking reveal of Taskmaster. I'm like, please.
It has a vagina.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So you stick that little actress's head on that big man body. Surprise!
Well,
it's a woman.
It's also worse. It's not just that it's a woman. It's Dreykov's daughter. That in the first Avengers, they actually mentioned that as like something she really regrets having done, because it's stated throughout the MCU films and little bits and pieces, basically, that she in the process of trying to kill Dreykov, he killed her like 5-year-old daughter, and then became an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, that's a bad blood. That's red in her ledger there.
Yeah.
And oh no, she's alive. And then at the end of this, they like save her or something. It's like, that's kind of a huge undercut of her character. What are you doing, guys? Stop. This is why, like with Star Wars, like when they say there's gonna be like a Yoda prequel or some crap, I'm like, no, don't need to know anything else.
I know.
Don't need to know anything else. We know Obi-Wan so well. I'm kind of annoyed how much we know about Obi-Wan. A little bit, Like, it's a little too much.
Yeah, it is really sad when something that you love or that you're highly interested in is coming out, and you just get that sense of, oh God, how are they going to screw this one up? I mean, that's not good. I hate feeling that way, but
yeah, they go, oh, you like this film? We're going to make 5 spin-offs. Stop it. Stop. No. Think first.
Yeah.
Think. They don't think about it. They're just like, oh, they liked it. Oh, here's another one. It's like,
right. No.
Yeah, it gets really annoying. But speaking of movies, here's a list of movies I'm going to try to watch in these next couple of weeks.
Oh, you haven't seen They Live? Oh my gosh, love that movie.
No. They're all films I have not. These are all films I have not seen.
Buckaroo Banzai, yes, I love it. Okay. Oh, one of my cats went. Hang on, buddy. Hang on. He snuck in here and now he wants out.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Hustle, love that one.
Mm-hmm.
Casablanca, Citizen Kane. Okay, Circle.
I'll start with those. I'll start with Casablanca and Citizen Kane because those are the ones everybody says you gotta see if you love films.
Yeah,
so
classic.
I'll try them out. We'll see.
See both Blade Runners. Pig, is that the one with Nicolas Cage in it? You're talking about?
I think so. Black Angus recommended it. I think it's brand new, and I don't know anything about it, so I don't know. It's a brand new one. See what it is.
Yeah. Chick fight? I haven't heard of that one.
I don't know either. The place to be reviewed is ETEP suggested that one. It looks like a weird version of Fight Club, but that is more comedic, I suppose. That involve women failing, and they go to this fight club to try to gain some strength or something. So it might be funny. Based on the trailer, I don't know, it's kind of funny. Like this big black woman, just kind of comedic tossing stuff, gets in the ring and then plows somebody down. Like that was kind of funny. And then they show some Asian chick jump off a wall and leg crotch grab somebody's face and slam them down. It's like, this looks funny because these are supposed to be like just modern housewomen. And I'm like, all right, they're doing all these moves. I guess if it's in the sense of they hold in all their pent up rage and let it out on each other here. It's like, okay, pretty much following Fight Club, but hey. All right, and I think Alec Baldwin. I think they get Alec Baldwin in the film somehow. I don't know what he does in it, but it's like,
oh my gosh!
All right, we'll see what that is.
Now, Buffy, are you talking about the movie or the series?
The movie.
The movie. Okay.
These are all just films. I've seen bits and pieces of the Buffy show, and I've seen all of Angel.
Okay. So this is the original movie with
the one that came out before the show.
I know her name, and it escaped me. But yeah.
That had the different actress.
Yes.
Play Buffy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen Swanson.
Yeah.
I can't remember, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Something like that.
With Donald Sutherland and Rutger Hauer. Love you, Rutger Hauer. Well, you got a good list. It's going to be interesting. You got very diverse too.
Yep, mix
Like
of
that.
some old and new, and recommendeds, and ones I should have watched a while ago. Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, I'll try to do little reaction streams after I'm done watching them. I'll just pop up live and give my thoughts and call it a day. I might invite people, toss some links if they want to talk about it briefly.
Yeah,
a little
we
bit.
got a good list. It'll be interesting. You'll love They Live. Well, I love They Live. I think everybody should see that at least once.
That's been recommended for the longest time for me, and I have the DVD now. I just haven't watched it yet.
Good. Cool, baby.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, somebody else down here. Angelus has not seen Citizen Kane or Casablanca either.
Very classic. Very, very classic.
Yeah, we're the youngsters, so of course we haven't. But I'm about to enter the. I'm about to be cultured a little bit. Daytona was stationed in Germany, and they all smoked hash and watched Casablanca on a booming system. I don't remember much of it, but it was awesome.
I bet it was.
All right.
That's great. Yes, Luke Perry was in it too. Absolutely. Yes, he was. Rest in peace, Luke Perry.
That's something. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up here in just a little bit because I know you got another stream. I got another stream to go to as well. But I thought after that, I found more pictures.
All right. Great. Oh, I love it.
This was, I think in my graphic design class, we'd have like 10 minutes to draw for a little bit before we start the class. And this was one of the thingies. It was like a sketchbook cover. And yeah, I was like, okay, I'll just draw a whole bunch of random stuff somehow interacting together.
I love that. That is great.
Got the little plane, got the birds taking away the
I'm sitting here and I'm looking at all the little details and bits on it.
Yeah, dropping the your bombs. You got the.
And is that imagination down the side?
Yep, spells imagination all falling down and some turtle dude punching it.
Yes. Yellow Jackets. Is it Yellow Jackets or Hornets?
Yeah, one of those two. I have no idea. I don't remember.
Some stingy black and yellow stingy bug.
I had an old insect how to draw book that shows steps on how to draw stuff. So for the insects in the background, that's what those are. Basically,
cool.
Little models of. Thank you. And then I was learning how to draw boobs at the time. So try to draw more women and stuff.
Oh my God. Great.
Got the little A skateboarding down. Yeah.
Very cool.
Little stuff. This was the first drawing in that book.
Oh my God, I love it. Is he tattooed?
No, there's supposed to be veins. Supposed to be veins.
Okay, well.
Yep.
I see it now. I see it.
Yep, and that's an alien with dreads. Like,
see, those flowers look like the flowers from your little slug guy.
Yes, this is supposed to be that same planet, essentially.
Okay.
These are aliens fighting right here. Well, these are the humanoid ones. That's why they're, not the easiest to draw there, but still.
Oh
then,
my God.
It's funny because it was a huge sheet of paper. And I was like, I drew that full front half, and then I'm like, God, there's still like half the page. Like, I don't know, let's draw grass. A couple people in it. No more creativity for the bottom. I'm like, I don't know. All the detail.
Man, I love it. I really do. That's great.
Thanks. It's like it's a simple style that can look detailed, but it's just like, what? I don't know.
Yes.
A little odd with it. And then this one was pretty bad. I don't like the colors I chose on this one. They're all too similar, I think. But
wow, you put a lot of detail on that one.
So the dude's falling. He's basically like from Dragon Ball, basically falling down. He's got a weird arm and stuff, and he's getting attacked by all these other alien dudes. And for some reason, there's a human woman in a tree, getting attacked by a flying monkey thing. Again, boobs trying to draw.
I was gonna say more boobs. Those in there. Always good for a visual.
Gotta get it right.
Oh man.
Yeah, trees coming off. That's basically like a monkey with like blade forearms or something. I don't know what. And I think I have spikes on his kneecaps too.
It's like such a violent scene, but the little flowers in it.
Yep.
The juxtaposition between the sweetness of the flowers and the violence of the scene is just, yeah, I just love it.
You just picture the documentary, and then we look at the brilliant foliage that we have in this beautiful day, and then, oh my God, they're being attacked, and screaming, and there's death. He kicked him in the face. He stabbed him in the head. Oh my God, no.
Oh God, exactly. I love it.
I tried to use gel pens on the energy blasts on this one.
Yep, there's the alien guy again with his veins.
Yep, awful veins, but yep.
I know. What is he fighting? Or wait, no. What? Yeah, what is that?
He's fighting the
alien guy up there.
The pink guy. They're firing energy blasts at each other.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Here we go.
Okay.
I tried to use gel pens for the energy beams on this one, but it took a lot longer to color them in. This one, I put too much detail. It's funny, you could tell by the time I filled up 3/4 of the page, I'm like, I'm not going to draw more flowers. Let's draw a house or something on the side. I'm too tired to draw more. Just wanted it done.
Oh God, that's great. Again, the flowers, they look so pretty. And then
at the time, I'm like, I don't know how else to fill the background other than just put flowers in the back. The alien stuff. Yeah, it's just like, oh no, the pink dude and the human chick there are on the team, and then that's his girlfriend or something. And he's like,
yeah, I was gonna say.
It looks like he's holding a trash can right here. I didn't know how to draw him doing energy as a shield, so I'll just make a shield. He's holding a shield.
Oh,
I like his facial expression on that. He's like,
yeah, I do too. Jeez.
Oh boy. This is supposed to be like an alien dropping out, like a buff gray alien, essentially. The weird gun.
Oh.
Yeah. Someone's like, oh yeah, I got a blue chick now, and the pink guy is in the trash.
Happy scene? Is this a happy scene?
It kind of, yeah. It's like, hey, what's up, babe? And the pink dude's in the trash can.
And he's in the trash.
Yeah. Yeah, boot it out now.
Oh man!
Another violent scene here. I didn't finish this one, but I was like, yeah, I know what to draw for this guy. I was getting tired of drawing the flowers over and over at this point.
Those flowers.
Yeah, I'm like, kicked in the face, teeth knocked out.
Yeah, he's teeth flying.
And he got punched in the crotch. I stopped drawing the veins because they looked so stupid.
Oh man, I love it. Oh, ouchie!
Yeah, this is arm chopped off a bit. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, hey, look at the titties. Look at that. Best drawn titties out of them all, I think.
God.
I think so. There's more damsels here.
Yeah, there are.
I was trying to fit more people so I could draw less flowers in it, to be honest. But I think this was after a break, and the red guy looks really dumb compared to before. It's like kind of lost his flavor there.
Those are fantastic. Thank you for sharing those. Seriously, those are great.
No problem. I figure they're a little laugh for everybody. A little laugh before we head out. Let me catch up on the chat real quick. Oh, Bone dropped in. What's up, Bone?
Hello.
Love you, Bone. Yeah, Rob's Rules. What's up, brother? He says, like the stream, save the dream. Nice saying there. All right, Daytona's got to go. Has giggling uncontrollably and got to keep my father roll going. See you later. Good idea. You don't want to show them everything you've seen tonight. So have a good one, man. Thanks for dropping by.
Oh man.
Very good. Yeah, it's the Vespis from Cyberfrog. LOL. Yeah, it could be. That would have been cool. That was like 2012 when I drew that. So it's from 10 years ago. Prediction.
Wow.
Totally. Yeah, I had no idea who Ethan Van Sciver was that time. Yeah. Is that Jeffica I seen in that last one? No. I made skit characters, and I did one as a chick once. The Clown World Reviews. Great show, you two. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Well, yeah, check out Arwyn Avalon. Arwyn. God, I'm getting it mixed up now. I pronounced it right earlier.
It's Arwyn Avalon.
Arwyn Avalon. For some reason, I'm thinking Avalon. I was thinking like Avatar or something. I'm like Avalon. Avalon. Or something.
Avalon.
Yes. But yeah, anything you want to say before we close on out of here?
Just thank you for having me on. Later tonight, if y'all like Battlestar Galactica, I'll be on Supreme Heretic. He's got the Drew. He's got the podcast, Pegasus Actual Podcast. And at 9:10 every Thursday night, between 9 and 9:10, we do that and we discuss Battlestar Galactica. Right now, we're getting ready to enter, or we are entering season 4, episode 1, season 4. So yeah, just come check it. You know, if you got time or you want to talk Battlestar Galactica, come by and check us out.
Sweet. Heck yeah. Sounds good. Go check out Supreme Heretic. Go check out that stream in a little bit. And if you want to go back and forth or watch later, I think, I don't know if we're doing it at 6 tonight or 7 Pacific Standard Time, but Angus and I got the All-American Beef show going on. Got some funny stuff to show. People doing weird stuff as well, and some movies to talk about. So we'll be doing that in a little less than an hour here, about half hour. And yeah, you guys go follow Arwyn Avalon, right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay, I'm like, is it Ava now? Again, I keep on thinking that again.
Yeah,
but
no,
yeah,
Avalon.
and you'll be seeing something soon from us where she'll be helping me out with a little voiceover thing. So keep your eyes out for that soon. I haven't had time to fully write that down yet because I had family over recently and was working, and now I'm on vacation, and now I'll be able to get that edited and over to you.
Great.
Okay,
great.
the cats have finally come out from under the bed, hiding from me. So perfect timing. Now I got to go scare them back under there as I try to pet them. But yeah, we'll see you guys later, and you guys.